Salt Lake City, Utah. Early in the morning of April 2nd, police arrived at a Chevron gas station and encountered Cameron Cloward, 36, holding a knife and threatening the employee. Cloward refused to stop and continued toward the police. The result, 4 police officers had to use force, and Cloward was no longer able to riot anymore. The officers are currently on paid administrative leave while the investigation continues. Muskogee, Oklahoma. On the evening of August 26th, police stopped a car because of a technical error and discovered that passenger Jordan Pierce, 23 years old, had an arrest warrant. Pierce was not at all gentle, pointing a gun at the police, leading to the police shooting him. After being treated at the hospital, Pierce was detained. The good news is that no officers were injured, and they are on paid administrative leave while the incident is investigated.
I'm trying. All I did was pull it out of here. I wasn't going to pull it on y'all. That was dumb, man.
On August 25th, police responded to a domestic violence incident involving 37-year-old Emmanuel Blanco Cruz. When they arrived, they found Cruz in the garage with a large knife. Despite being asked to drop his weapon, Cruz continued to advance toward the police and brandished the knife like an MMA star. The police were forced to open fire, hitting Cruz. Despite receiving emergency medical assistance, Cruz did not survive and was declared dead at the hospital. On August 24, 2024, Canton police responded to a large dispute at 1800 Morris Avenue. During the response, Officer Brandon Mamirov kicked a compliant suspect, Jamir McElroy, while making arrests. 2 firearms and a backpack with drugs and cash were recovered. Mamirov's actions are under review.
Hey, you got somebody inside.
On August 24, 2024, Canton police responded to a major dispute at 1800 Morris Avenue.
All right. Hey, now just show us your hands, man. That's all I need to see right now. Stop. Yep. Show us your hands, man. All right. Hey, bro. These hands are clear. Go and grab it down. Please.
During the response, Officer Brandon Mamirov kicked a docile suspect, Jamir McElroy, during the arrest.
Get on your knees.
2 guns and a backpack containing drugs and cash were recovered. Mamirov's actions are being reviewed. On August 27, 2024, 19-year-old Jonathan Costa from Rhode Island led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen Ferrari 488 Spider. The vehicle, which was taken during an armed home invasion, was discovered in Flagler County, Florida. Costa escaped being caught at speeds of more than 100 mph, even driving through a school zone. Police lost visual contact but later found the car hidden under a tarpaulin at a friend's house. Costa was arrested without incident and faces multiple charges related to the home invasion and theft. His co-defendant, Logan Slezak, later surrendered in Rhode Island.
All right, eastbound 37th Street.
On August 16, 2024, Austin Schwartz, 22, led a high-speed chase in Vero Beach, Florida, after being clocked at 120 mph 193 kmh in a restricted area.
Really extremely reckless, still eastbound 37th.
Limit of 45 mph 72 kmh showed the pursuit, which involved police units on the ground and a helicopter, ended when Schwartz collided with a truck at an intersection, causing him to
Looks like he's
fall.
on the sidewalk now. And wipe out. He just crashed. South of 17th Street Boulevard.
Schwartz was arrested and charged with reckless driving and evading the law, but was released on $40,000 bail.
All right. Interlace your fingers, all right? Done. Don't be f***ing stupid. You understand? Keep your hands like this or we're going to go to the ground.
Indian River County, Florida.on, October 4th, 2023, Nicholas David Parchesco, 28, decided to go on a high-speed getaway on I-95. After receiving a report from the Jupiter Police Department about a stabbing involving Parchesco, Indian River County Sheriff's deputies immediately stepped in, setting up a trap at the southern county line. With the support of the Hawk helicopter, they quickly discovered Parchesco's car and stopped it before he could run away. Parchesco was arrested without injury and faces several serious charges, including attempted murder. He is currently being held in the Indian River County Jail on $100,000 bail. Information about the stabbing victim has not yet been released.
Sarge, you want me to leave here?
On the evening of June 7, 2023, William Gerald Jerry Hefner, 57, led police on a dramatic chase while driving his red pickup truck at speeds of more than 100 mph.
He's continuing northbound on.
Hefner sped through a red light, nearly hitting several other cars, and even ran across the yard to escape the police. The chase ended when he crashed into a power pole. Hefner was arrested and is facing multiple serious charges related to the death of 48-year-old Matthew Smith. He is being held on $1 million bail and will appear in court on June 20th. On April 2nd, 2024, Dashcam video captured an incredible chase on Turner Turnpike. Suspect Charles Carswell, 32 years old, not only fled at high speed but also shot at police. In the video, Carswell shoots through the back window of the car, causing police officer Brack Miller to swerve to avoid bullets. The chase ended when Miller crashed into Carswell's car. Carswell continued to shoot from behind the car until police returned fire and died. 2 police officers suffered minor injuries and are expected to recover. Camera video has not yet been released due to pending investigation. On December 19, 2023, 3 teenagers in a gray SUV committed 3 carjackings and 1 robbery in Seattle. They threatened the victims with guns and stole some property. Police quickly located the SUV and pursued it across the West Seattle Bridge. When the car had a flat tire, the suspects fled on foot. 2 suspects, a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old suspect, were arrested after a pursuit and taken to the Family and Children's Justice Center. The SUV was determined to be stolen.
Now we're trying to go on the Mallard Point.
On Friday, a 12-minute chase ensued as Charles William Moore, 46, wanted from Alberta, fled at speeds up to 90 mph. The chase began on Old Foley Highway and ended in the McDonald's parking lot in Foley.
I'm on the line with them now. We're faster on.
Moore ran through multiple areas, including parking lots and busy neighborhoods, causing police to fear for people's safety. Police eventually stopped Moore's car and arrested him as he ran into the O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Moore is currently being held in the Baldwin County Jail on charges of evading and dangerous driving. Luckily, no one was injured during the chase. Earlier this month, Greenfield police performed a dramatic pit maneuver to stop a stolen car traveling at nearly 97 mph. The car crashed into a concrete pillar, knocking it over and causing serious damage. The 4 teenagers in the car ran away, but no one was injured. The police chief said the pit maneuver was necessary to prevent danger and protect the community. On November 22, 2022, Sergeant Jeff Preston spotted 19-year-old Tyrese Lancaster driving 90 mph in a 75 mph zone.
Rigged out.
When police tried to stop Lancaster, he fled, leading to a pursuit. Lancaster lost control and crashed into the railing, creating a cloud of dust. Officer Terrell Pratt, during the pursuit, collided with Lancaster's vehicle but was not injured. Lancaster was arrested, and a search of the vehicle revealed 4 bottles of beer. He was charged with fleeing, reckless driving, and other violations.
Down, we got 110-15 as well.
Cameron County, Texas. On August 19, 2022, DPS officers attempted to stop a silver Toyota for a traffic violation, but the driver, 18-year-old Azael Pena, fled. During the high-speed pursuit, Pena collided with a Border Patrol vehicle. Finally, he stopped and was arrested. A search of the vehicle revealed 240 pounds of marijuana. Pena was booked into the Cameron County Jail on a charge of possession of marijuana.
Patient address 1905 West 41st Street in Mission.
From 540.
Mulberry, Arkansas on the afternoon of 7:20 p.m. A high-speed chase occurred as Arkansas police pursued a black Chevy Silverado driver who fled a traffic stop.
Speed 78.
The chase reached speeds of 122 mph, and Officer Matthew Price attempted a pit maneuver to stop the vehicle. Finally, at Mulberry Y64W, another officer was successful in stopping the vehicle. Inside, police discovered a pregnant woman and 2 men, Shaffer Smith, 32, and driver Robert Regal, 30. Regal gave a false name twice and called his girlfriend from the patrol car. The woman said she only met the 2 men through her boyfriend and had marijuana with her. Moxie, Washington on Saturday morning at about 9:30, Michael Roll, 49, caused a disturbance by crashing into another car and then threatening the driver with a racial slur and a piece of needle. Type. After fleeing the scene, Roll reached speeds of nearly 100 mph before flipping his car and crashing into a fence on Thorpe Road. He was arrested and is now facing charges of assault, fleeing after an accident, evading and driving with a suspended license. Cody Davis was found guilty on 6 counts related to a high-speed chase on April 10th. Video from a vehicle-mounted camera captured everything from Davis ramming other vehicles off the road, driving in the wrong lane, to throwing away a stolen gun. Assistant Doc Charles Robinson said the video was key evidence and criticized Davis' defense, calling it a pathetic joke. Davis was convicted of possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, possession of a stolen weapon, fleeing from police, unauthorized use of a vehicle, obstruction of justice, and causing serious damage. The jury agreed on 5 charges, but disagreed on the obstruction of justice charge. Davis will be sentenced on November 2nd and will face increased penalties as a repeat offender. Defense attorneys declined to comment.
To the one at Eddie? You need A couple to the one at Ryan and Eddie.
Jeremiah Lewis, 19, was arrested on July 13, 2023 after a high-speed chase in Ocala, Florida. Lewis drove in the opposite direction, causing an accident and hitting a light pole and sign. During the pursuit, a juvenile passenger tried to open the door to escape the vehicle. Lewis, with 6 juvenile passengers between the ages of 12 and 16, refused to let them out of the vehicle and drove recklessly. The car was discovered to have been stolen from Lewis's grandmother. He was charged with fleeing, causing damage, unlawful detainment of a child, child abuse, interference with child custody, leaving the scene of an accident, and vehicle theft. Lewis is currently being held in the Marion County Jail on $51,000 bail. A family member of the teens said Lewis put their lives in danger and chose the wrong county to do it.
Now, you looking at these lives that you don't put in jeopardy, your life that you put in jeopardy.
A routine traffic stop turned into a violent pursuit on July 15th, when Thomas LaForce, 34, sped away as police tried to pull him from the car. Officer Thomas LaForce, not the suspect, began chasing LaForce, who swerved in and out of traffic. The pursuit ended when police crashed their patrol car into LaForce's car and surrounded the vehicle. Police had to smash a window to arrest LaForce, who was then taken to Metro Health Medical Center for treatment. Two policemen suffered minor injuries and were treated. LaForce faces charges of assault on a police officer, fleeing and eluding. Muskegon, Michigan on June 15, 2023, Michigan State Police conducted a pursuit following the discovery of a stolen vehicle in Kent County. When police attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver fled, leading to another patrol car being dispatched to assist. At the intersection of Holbrook and Peck, the stolen vehicle crashed into a second patrol car, causing severe damage to both vehicles. Both police officers and the two suspects in the stolen vehicle suffered serious injuries and were taken to the hospital. State troopers have been released from the hospital, but the condition of the two suspects has not been updated. Pine Bluff, Arkansas on June 27, 2023. A high-speed chase took place on I-530 after a silver Lincoln MKZ hybrid was spotted going over 100 mph. Sheriff Greg Shapiro and Sergeant Jeff Preston quickly joined in the pursuit of the vehicle driven by Casey Register. Register continued to drive recklessly, running on the sidewalk and swerving between lanes of traffic. The pursuit ended when Sergeant Preston performed a tactical vehicle intervention TVI, causing Register's vehicle to crash into a guardrail. Register's vehicle then turned around and collided with Sergeant Preston's vehicle. Register was arrested on scene without further incident.
Let me see your fucking hands. Get out the car. Hands. 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 Here. Yeah.
During the vehicle inspection, police discovered a bottle containing brown liquid suspected to be THC cannabis oil and an electronic cigarette pipe. Register was taken to hospital for treatment of minor scratches and was then detained at Dub Brassel Detention Center on related charges. Portland, Oregon, a video has just been released showing a high-speed chase involving 3 murder suspects. The suspects include Charles Moy and Clayton Harrell, charged with capital murder in the death of Ravel Sterling on February 5th in Gresham. Ronnie Sellis, accused of being the getaway driver, was also charged with murder. The pursuit began when Sergeant Jason Lyle spotted a yellow Cadillac DeVille with Washington license plates traveling at a high rate of speed on I-205 and I-84. The vehicle continued traveling at speeds up to 110 mph and crossed the border into Washington on I-5. In Cowlitz County near Exit 32, the Washington State Patrol performed a pit maneuver to stop the vehicle. The 3 suspects were arrested without incident, and no injuries were reported to the officers or suspects. Sand Springs, Oklahoma on August 1st, 2022, Sand Springs police received a report of a theft and began chasing an SUV with 3 people inside: Brandon, Aubrey, and Tiffany. The stolen vehicle sparked a high-speed chase through Pawnee County. The chase ended near Keystone Lake with a collision between the police car and another vehicle. While the policemen opened fire, they only hit air. The suspects jumped out of the car and escaped, but were caught after a few hours. Brandon was prosecuted for theft and evading the police, while Aubrey and Tiffany just had to pay for high-speed driving. A chase can be described as, once again, the criminals have eluded the law, but not the traffic laws. Boise, Idaho on the evening of April 9th, 2015, a high-speed pursuit began when Boise police attempted to stop the pickup truck of 33-year-old Jose Manuel Sanchez. Video from the vehicle's onboard camera, the police recorded every detail, from the spectacular car crash into the dramatic struggle, making everyone exclaim not just a high-speed chase, but also a hand-to-hand fight unbelievable. During a 9-minute high-speed chase, Orlando police encountered an incident when a stolen SUV was pinned against a concrete barrier. Arlene Thompson, 16, the carjacking suspect, was trapped and appeared to consider jumping, but then saw the police rushing towards him, so he raised his hands to surrender. Then, video from the Dashcam recorded a police officer shaking in a special way right next to Thompson. The 2 police officers admitted to kicking Thompson in the face, but insisted it was an accident. Miami-Dade County, Florida on May 9th, 2024, Melina Logan, 27 years old, borrowed a 2024 Honda Civic and decided to test it and not return. The police chased her as she drove like a NASCAR racer, causing enough accidents to cause damage to the vehicles. The chase ended when Logan crashed into a concrete wall, then decided to jump into the pond to hide. Finally, after refusing the police rope, she was pulled up and arrested. Now she faces a long list of charges, and 1 injured person has been hospitalized because of her adventure. Melbourne, Florida, after robbing a Verizon store, 2 suspects raced with police across 2 counties and caused a school lockdown. The chase resembles a real-life version of a game of tag, with police and helicopters trying to block the way. Finally, their car had a flat tire and stopped near Harmony. After a few misses during the pit maneuver, the police pointed their guns and arrested the 2 escapees. No one was injured. The identities of the 2 suspects remain a mystery. at approximately 12:40 p.m. on August 30th, 2021, a chase on Grosbeck Road took place as a comedy act. FBI agents secretly followed Kamori Kennedy, 32, as he drove away in a pickup truck. After the minivan was discovered and the chase began, a speed race between the police and the suspect took place on the side of the road. Finally, a deputy sheriff performed a divine steering wheel and took Kennedy's car out.
We're gonna get him 300. All right, I'm gonna need the ambulance. Start the ambulance.
As a result, Kennedy and his companion were arrested without injury, but police had to treat a deputy who suffered minor injuries and many other vehicles were damaged. Hunter Wilkerson, 19, decided to become a Snapchat star on Thursday morning when he fled from police in a high-speed chase. After showing off his speed on Snapchat, Wilkerson lost control and crashed into several parked cars. When he was arrested, he even asked the police how many cars he had crashed. Luckily, no one was injured, and Wilkerson now faces a series of charges, including street sign theft.
I might have a knife right here. In that little pocket, it's not there. It's not there. Sorry, bro.
Shiprock, New Mexico on July 11, 2021, around 1:25 p.m., the Navajo Police Department received a report of Sean Thomas, 36, brandishing a gun at a gas station on US Highway 64 and Highway 491. Thomas left the scene in a blue Toyota Corolla, and officers pursued him. Once off the Navajo Nation, the San Juan County Sheriff's Office SJCSO stopped the vehicle and used stop sticks to deflate 2 tires. Thomas continued driving and turned around, pointing the gun out the window. When the car finally stopped, police saw Thomas holding a gun and shot at him in self-defense. The car then crashed into a tree and caught fire. Thomas died at the scene, and no police or civilians were injured. Columbus, Ohio on Sunday morning, August 11, 2024. Around 8 a.m., Columbus police responded to the 1500 block of Worthington Street to investigate a burglary in progress. The suspect, Asante Taj Omar Miller, 21, was said to be in the house with a gun, prompting residents to report it to police. When police arrived, Miller fled and was located nearby still armed. After Miller refused to drop the gun, police opened fire. Miller then tried to hide in another house on W 8th Avenue, where police located and shot him. Miller died around 1:15 p.m. after a 5-hour standoff. No police were injured in this incident. Los Angeles, California on June 11, 2024. At approximately 8:50 p.m., officers with the Foothill Area Gang Enforcement Team located a dark-colored vehicle traveling at a high speed. Elevation in the Lehigh Avenue and Carl Street area. When the officers followed and intended to stop the car, the driver suddenly pulled over. The front passenger, Alexander Aguilar Larios, 21, got out with a handgun and began running through a housing complex. During the foot pursuit, Aguilar Larios fell to the ground, but then got up and continued running, leading to officers opening fire. Aguilar Larios was hit by gunfire and taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. At the scene, a 9mm pistol was recovered. The driver of the vehicle fled and has not yet been identified. No other officers or community members were injured in the incident.